Hey everybody, it's Jay here with with the visual identity. I'll figure where I'm at today with I.C.E. Inspire, collaborate, and encourage. Welcome to another episode, and this is our collaborative podcast that we produce weekly. And we had some technical difficulties getting in here today, so let me just kind of get things moved around so I've got everything in the right spot. Each podcast is typically hosted live, but we also have available. A replay available both on our I.C.E. Facebook page as well as our I.C.E. YouTube channel. Each week we interview a guest or guests that we felt had an interesting story to tell about our three keywords: inspire, collaborate, and encourage. In 2020, we found comfort and knowledge both personally and professionally from the podcasts of others. And the podcasts that we watched were from others in our industry or business coach style individuals, but also from general people that just had a positive outlook on not only business, but life in general. We are excited to bring this to you each and every week at 4 p.m. on Thursdays, Central Standard Time. And we will also have the ability in many of these presentations for you, the viewers, to ask questions of our guests. So before we meet today's guests, let's hear from one of our sponsors.
This is the year you move. This is the year you take that next step. Whether you're starting out, starting over, or starting something new, you need a local moving company that you can trust. We're Mankato Movers. We're your hometown moving resource, and we'll get you there. Call or email about our pre-move service today.
Welcome back. Our panelist this week is a local artist and art teacher for grades 7 through 12, as well as an adjunct faculty at a local college in their art department. Kandice Petschke is a mother of two and is officially, as of this month, an empty nester. Kandice has had a tough 3 years as she lost the love of her life, Chad, in 2017 after a sudden medical incident, thrust into the role of being not only a single mom and now widowed, but with two teenagers approaching college. So let us welcome one of our absolute best friends, Kandice Petschke. Welcome, Kandice.
Hi, Jay. How are you doing?
I'm good. Boy, this headset thing is just not working well today. You just blew me out.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I apparently had it too loud. So let's just dive right in here. I'm kind of doing both roles here today. So, and look at that. Tanya even put empty nester. Do you take pride in that term?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. Kale officially leaves tomorrow, but he's at an orientation today, so it's kind of like, we'll see how this works.
So it's the eve of empty nester. Yeah.
It's the eve.
Well, you'll have to take him out someplace good for supper tonight, and then bid him adieu tomorrow. So
right.
All right. How long have you been a teacher?
I've been a teacher for 25 years, 2 in Malacca, Minnesota, and the 23 in Fairmont, Minnesota. We're here.
Or here, yeah. Well, no, it's good to say Fairmont, Minnesota. We have viewers from all over the world, or nation at least, watching, not just Fairmont people. I would imagine that teaching art in today's environment with the COVID is a little tricky. Who do you look to for collaboration on lesson plans for both in-person and or the online learning?
Well, I really bounce off a lot of ideas with my other teacher that works at Fairmont High School, which is Terry Lindsay. She is awesome. She's been here for 7 years in the high school position, I think. It feels like longer, or sometimes it feels like, weren't you just here yesterday? And a lot of online resources too. There's a lot of teaching art during COVID. It's a Facebook page, and NAEA, which is National Art Education Association, they have a web page that is very helpful, and also Art of Education, which is an online kind of academy or college that you can take classes from. And I took my master's classes for visual arts in there, and we ended up doing a lot of collaboration with them. They have a lot of different links that we can go out to, and they have podcasts, webcasts, and all sorts of things that. It's very helpful, but a lot of collaboration with other art teachers around the country, really.
Right. Well, and art class is so, as I say, is that somebody's dog? Is that your dog's barking?
No, they're installing carpet upstairs.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm in my basement.
I thought it was my headset again.
Nope.
Art class, the way that I remember art class was so hands-on. I mean, you had paints or you had ceramics and things like that, and you can't quite do that. And if you do try to do it, you're going to get a phone call from an angry mom or dad who, why did we just come home to our kitchen destroyed for ceramic class and all they used was, powdered cement and glue sticks or something. I mean, that I hats off to you, because I got to think that art has got to be one of the more difficult things to teach through the online learning.
It was a little bit of a challenge starting in March last year, but my students rocked it. I was amazed by some of the work that came in. I mean, yeah, there were some students that, just kind of did the bare minimum because they were so overloaded with and stressed out with other classes. And it was a lot of give and take that way. And I went to Baumgars a couple times to talk to students and go, okay, talk to me about your artwork. And yeah, seeing them out in the community, I'm like, I know we're not supposed to, stay away, but tell me about what you're doing. And
I can't see you. You're really not here.
You, but I'm not. Yes, right.
One of the things that we love about you is your daily positive messages on Facebook, especially during the school year. Have you ever had students tell you that they find that encouraging or inspiring?
Well, actually,
or they just think you're loopy for posting all that stuff.
I don't friend students during school. I only friend them when they send me a friend request after they graduate.
Okay.
So they get this live, and the inspiration is live and not. I always call it Memorex, but they look at me funny, and so I go, okay, live, not internet. And so yeah, I don't have the positive like comments from them saying, oh, this is great or anything like that, but they do appreciate my wittiness in person, so I'm told, or at least they.
Well, how do they know what your inspirational messages are, though? Or is that just for us as parents?
That's just for the rest of the world. And I do tell them, I will tell them though, if I have a ceramics class or an art 3 class that rocked something, or like I was so excited I posted this on Facebook. And some parents will tell their kids, if I happen to be, there's a couple parents that I happen to be friends with while their kid was in elementary, and then they went through the high school and they're like, Mrs. P, I heard you posted blah, blah, blah. I can't believe you told my mom. And I'm like, I didn't tell her, I told the world.
Let's see here. Next, usually people have several answers to the question asking about someone who had a big inspiration in your life. You mentioned teachers, professors, and parents, and you also mentioned friends. So pick one and tell us how they've inspired you in work or in life.
And I'm going to totally go off the road here, and I didn't put this one down, but I was thinking about that when I was reading that, and I went, why didn't I say students? This year, especially with 2020, the students have inspired me greatly. I've been with these guys since, Caleb's been in kindergarten, and they're the last group that I will probably really, really know because of my kids. But this 2020 class and basically all my students were rock stars during this online learning, and I took like great joy in seeing them grow as artists through this kind of trial error and all that good stuff. And then also the fact that during 2017, when Caleb was a 10th grader, there were so many students that just stepped up, and I never felt sad at school. I know I cried in front of them a couple times when I would talk, or I'd say something like, I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I have to do something, and tear up. And they were never like awkward. They just were resilient, and I don't know, that's great. I don't know how to explain my students. I like them.
Oh, they're special.
Yes. And every year I get new ones, and they all become a big kind of art family, which sounds probably cheesy, but that's what they've become in my mind, is like this big family, and they're all my kids. And I keep saying, oh yeah, my kids. And like, how many kids do you have? And I'll say, 203 or something. They're like, what? And I'm like, oh no, 2 biological. The rest of them are my students.
I kept having sextuplets for like 12 years or something.
Right.
How have those that inspired and encouraged you eased, to a certain degree, the pain of Chad's passing? And obviously you just kind of hit on it a little bit.
A little, yeah. Well, friends and have been there for me and always saying, and I know they mean it when they say, if you need something, call. And that is hard for me. But friends, and like I said, the students, they were there. And I never felt awkward. They never treated me differently. Same with most of my really close friends. Never treated me differently. They, were here and, very supportive. Of course, my parents were, rocks too, and all my relatives and that type of thing. My colleagues. I mean, I couldn't probably have done some of the things without Terry Lindsay. I'll probably tell her, say her name a couple times here. But yeah, Terry Lindsay. But anyway, so now she's famous too.
Probably many of our viewers don't know Chad's story and the lessons that he taught you, the kids, the love that he had for you, the activities as a family that he spearheaded, and the jovial attitude that was sometimes sneaky to those around him. To me, those are definitions of the word inspiration. I mean, I will. Last year at the fair was different. The year before that, obviously, that was even more challenging. I think, especially probably more challenging for you and the kids, because it was the first year that Chad wasn't there to help with the rabbits and all that kind of stuff.
Last year, the rabbit show.
Yeah. And last year we kind of moved on a little bit from it. I think you kept referring in our pre-interview as moving forward. We moved forward from some things, but there was still things last year, and there probably will be in years to come that will remind us of rubber band wars or what was that one year he put all the coupons for Shoe Sensation in everything he could find at our fair booth. It was quite comical, but I think I was finding those things for like 2 or 3 years, and here's another one. Thanks, Chad. Got 20% off at Shoe Sensation.
It's like, all right.
All right. Before we go to break, what is something you were most grateful for in life, and something that Chad left you and the kids as a lesson in life?
I think this probably, like I said, it's going to sound cheesy, but I really am thankful that I was able to meet Chad and marry him and have as many years as I did with him. Of course, I would have loved to have many more, but we take his kind of zest for life and use it. And he had always said and lived by, your time is your time. And when it's up, you have no more. You can't bargain for more. You can't ask for more. It's just your time. And the kids and I have always talked about that. And since day one, we have said this will not define us. We are going to continue to move forward because moving forward is our only option, because standing still is boring, watching people go by, and moving backward is not an option. It's not possible. There's no way of going backwards. Nothing's going to be different if you go backwards. So I guess with motivation is Chad's spirit lives on through me, through my kids, through the little things, like you said, the little, certificates here and there. We have dryer sheets pop up because he used to yell at everybody because we seem to not be able to find dryer sheets. We could see them. We'd never be able to see them and throw them away, and they would just pop up here and there. And now they are popping up here and there. And we're like, did we use a dryer sheet? I don't know. So,
or maybe the puppy has been trained by Chad to just drag him out every now and then. And
I sometimes think that he does live vicariously through some of the animals. Yes.
All right. Before we get to our speed round of questions, we're going to take a quick break here and hear from some of our sponsors. So I'll be right back, Kandice.
All right.
The Wow Zone Family Entertainment Center, located in Mankato, Minnesota, has got 24 state-of-the-art bowling lanes and a 2-level laser tag arena, and as well as mini golf, video games, snack bar, sports bar, and restaurant. Bring a few or bring them all. The Wow Zone can fit them all. River Valley Dental. Ooh, we got all kinds of things there. I got to get rid of my face. How do I get rid of that? Tanya! Oh, goodness. Background. There. I don't know. Well, we'll figure this out some other day when we know what we're doing. River Valley Dental is in Mankato, Minnesota, provides its patients with the most current treatment using the latest dental technology. Dr. Tom Pooley and his team at River Valley Dental offer a variety general dental care. You are never just another set of teeth to us. You're a face with a name and history. It is our privilege to serve you and guide you to your dental goals. And lastly, Gracie B. Doodle is a new up-and-coming online store and social media group for the decorated apparel, design, and sublimation sector. From digital papers to sublimation blanks and more, Gracie B. Doodle is a great resource for the crafters or the professional shops. Online at www.graciebdoodle.company.site. All right, welcome back, Kandice. And I probably didn't give you a long enough time there to go to the bathroom. Sorry. But,
That's right. I'm a teacher.
before we get back to the next question, I want to talk about I kind of forgot to put it in there as a question. Your new side hustle, your new side gig that you got going on, or whatever. What do you have a name for that? Are you calling it something?
I'm not sure which side hustle you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, you have more than one. Your greeting cards.
Oh,
your hand-painted greeting cards.
Cards by Kandice, actually, and cards is spelled with a K.
Okay.
So yeah, I had to be weird. So it's like, yeah, cards by Kandice, and I am putting some of my artwork on cards, and I'm actually currently selling them in a store in Walker, Minnesota. And I hope to get online sometime soon. I just have to figure that out. You'd think with all this, downtime, I would be able to do that, but no.
Just call Tanya. She's got plenty of time on her hands. She can get you set up.
I bet you Tanya wishes she was in this right now, and she'd be like, "No, I don't."
Well, she's in the background. She can see what's going on, and she can hear what's going on. So, all right, this is one of my favorite parts of these interviews that we do, and I call it the Mankato Movers Speed Round. The Blue Crew, whose motto is "We'll get you there." So, are you ready? These are just quick answers.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Face painting or finger painting?
Face painting.
Freestyle or color by numbers?
Freestyle. Not color by number.
Rabbits or cows?
Cow-rabbits?
What did
Can
you say?
Be cow-rabbit? So half cow, half rabbit?
No. You can have
You
can have the jackalope, but that's I don't think a cow-rabbit.
We'll say cows then.
Maybe Elmer Fudd calls them cowabbits. I don't know. Cowabbit. Pottery or painting?
I go in stages. Right now it's painting because I'm not doing any pottery, but in school it sometimes becomes pottery because I'm in class. So right now it's painting.
Okay. Real bingo or fair vendor bingo?
Fair vendor bingo all the way.
That I did really miss that this year. We didn't have the opportunity to do that. Yeah. We should have sent it up to the state fair a couple of years and see how people did with it up there. They probably could have came up with some new spaces for us.
Oh, right.
Coffee or wine?
Right now, wine.
Let's see. And school starts in 10 days. That'll be more wine.
Yeah, if it goes online. Oh, my. Oh, no.
This is Tanya's question. Arizona Cardinals bird head or the Fairmont Cardinals bird head?
Fairmont Cardinals bird head.
Okay. And this one is from both Tanya and I. Neighbors or no neighbors?
I would love no neighbors, but I live in town. But I have a nice fence, so I kind of have no neighbors and a cornfield.
I love doing these short ones because it's obviously most people don't really get it. You have to know the inside joke, but it helps.
It's an ask.
Yeah, it's an ask. So, all right. As a mom, proudest moment in life?
I think seeing my kids grow through tragedy, which sounds probably awkward, but my kids have stepped up and they did not let this define them. They miss their dad, they miss Chad, I miss Chad, but they have not let this set them back. They've kept moving forward. I mean, both of them are going to be in college. Caleb, starts tomorrow or leaves tomorrow, and Hannah's at Bethany right now. And they are just phenomenal. I think my proudest moment is having those guys, sounds bad too, leave my house. But go and spread their wings and just kind of find their own way in life. And
where is Caleb going again?
He's going to Nyack in Mason City.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So you got to go
yeah, we're
different directions.
Yeah, this way.
Yeah. Yeah. You just tell them both to drive to Albert Lee, and then you'll buy them lunch at
Right.
Elderly.
There you
It'd
go.
be about the same amount of drive for both of them, I would imagine.
Probably. I'll have to figure that one out.
Proudest moment as a teacher in your career?
I think seeing kids have that aha moment, which I think a lot of teachers say that, but that is, with them, it's different. With me, it's when they go, oh my gosh, I just made this. This is like what I wanted to make. This is amazing. And they like it, because I don't know if you are your own worst critic, but I know a lot of artists are their own worst critics. And my students tend to be their worst critic, and they don't like their work. But when they look at it and step back with me and we talk about it and they're like, I like this. This turned out the way I wanted it. That's probably my proudest moment in teaching. It's not like overall, but it's like that proud moment right there in that moment.
The perfectionist thing, that just must be at your house. That doesn't occur at my house at all. My goodness. The poor girl, she never gets any breaks. She keeps putting it on herself. As a wife, silliest moment that you had with Chad?
He'd probably be like, why are you telling people this? But when I was pregnant with Hannah, we gave my parents a plaque or not a plaque, a frame that said grandparents, and it had like a little like saying around the picture, and inside the picture it said, expecting baby Petschke, August 1999. And my mom and dad were all excited and everything like that, and we sat down on the couch, and Chad goes, well, now you know. And I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? And he goes, I had sex with your daughter. Sorry if I wasn't supposed to say that online, but but that was probably the silliest. I mean, he has had some, and not everybody got to see that side of him. Most of the people got to see that stern, like, what do you mean? And unless you were on that inner circle, you didn't see a lot of goofiness.
Right.
But he had his sense of humor, and that was one of it. And then probably another time is when he put on a rainbow clown wig and was planting trees with Caleb in our front yard.
I feel like I saw a picture of that or something at one point.
There's a picture out there, yeah.
Was that just a few years ago?
No, that was probably about 7 or 8. Well, he's probably more than that now. Probably 9 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
8.
All right.
Yeah, because Caleb was really little, so he wasn't too old.
Well, I mean, we've been here for 19 years, so we've we probably didn't know you for the first 4 or 5 years, right. At least until we bought the business and started setting up at the fair across from you every year. So,
yeah.
Certainly things changed for you suddenly 3 years ago. Give us a word or two of wisdom that someone possibly watching that may be going through something similar can use as encouragement.
I'm going to go back with that. Keep moving forward, because forward motion is really the only motion that's good for you. Standing still, there will be times that you will want to stand still, and that's okay, but don't forget to keep moving forward. Because when you stand still, like I said, life passes you by and you just feel bad. And going backwards, not an option. Not an option. You just can't change things in the past. So why think about going backwards? Just keep going forward.
That's a great answer. That's why I wanted to ask it the way I did. Do you feel as though you've collaborated more in your life at home with Chad or the kids, or at work with your coworkers and students?
Probably a little bit of both. It's probably not equal, but I would say I did throw a lot of things across the table, kitchen table or dining room table to Chad, and there would be times where he's like, all right, no more mentioning so-and-so's name at the table. And I'd be like, okay. Or we would sit down at the table and I'd have a couple of students that were quote unquote favorites, or, that would do quirky things and stuff like that. And they'd be like, so what did so-and-so do today? And, but yeah, I would say colleagues at school too, they are amazing. And Fairmont's, probably like, I'm not trying to plug Fairmont High School, but we do have some pretty amazing teachers that are very approachable, and you can say, I don't know what I'm doing. What do I do with this? Like, we're trying this new learning management system, which is an LMS or, Schoology. And I'm like, I've never done Schoology. I was always a Google Classroom person. Now we're doing Schoology. What do I do? How do I do this? So I can collaborate. I feel comfortable collaborating with them. And my kids, they're great. I talk to them all the time, and they're like, "Yep, you can go ahead and do that now, Mom, because I'm not at school."
Right.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Well, and I think that from an outsider's view of your family for the years that I've known you, I mean, the collaboration of not only being a parents and the kids, but doing everything that you guys did with the 4-H stuff. I mean, you guys were, and I don't remember who I just talked to somebody. Oh, I talked to I won't say her name because she's a minor, but I was talking to somebody last night, and I asked her if she was still out for soccer, and she goes, "No, I quit soccer. I'm in FFA now." And I'm like, and I made the dumb remark, "Well, don't you live in town?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, I said, "Okay, sorry." And I apologized to her right away because I said, when I was her age, or when Caleb and Hannah got in it, the FFA kids were the kids that lived in the country. They were never
Right.
the in-town kids. And now it's just completely, I mean, it's everybody. So I
The
felt
opportunity is
that
there for
after I said
everybody.
it, because the opportunity is there for everybody to be part of FFA. And I think I know that Fairmont, I'll toot their horn now. I know that Fairmont has worked very hard over the last few years here with the assistance of the agribusiness world in putting that FFA program back together here in Fairmont. And I think we've done some stuff with Martin County West and Truman before, and I know that they've got strong FFA programs as well. So it's good to see FFA, 4-H, all that kind of stuff. I missed the beef commercial this year at the fair from the 4-H stand. I'll have to try and figure out where I can. Tanya, I need a beef commercial for supper. If you could work on that. What does the future hold for Kandice? What is your future?
Adventure?
Adventure?
I hope some adventure. Travel. I hope, obviously not during the school year, but I'm hoping a lot more of my personal artwork will get out there. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more of that, and that was encouraged, by friends to put that onto cards. So that was kind of a neat thing, because I never thought of that at all. And probably teaching, and I'm not sure how long. And I get that every once in a while from kids who graduated last year. You still teaching in Fairmont? How old do you think I am? I was like, you just graduated last year. Yes, I'm still teaching in Fairmont. So yeah.
The key to it is when you start teaching the children.
Oh, I've had a couple.
Have you really? Oh, wow.
Yes. And they're like, you did my mom's hair for prom. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I did. I remember that. And I had her in class too. Yeah, I remember that.
We had a math teacher, Mr. Kayla, and he had not only taught, in many cases, our much older brothers and sisters, but had taught our parents. And I swear, by the time we were done, he might have even taught the next set of parents too. By the time he was still teaching well after I left high school in '92. I don't remember what year he hung it up, but he had to have been there for 45 years at least. I mean, he was there a long time, and he's still alive. He's still farming. Every summer he would go and do custom combining, and that was his summer gig. Because you teachers, you can't just be still during the summer. You got to find something to do. So, yeah, awesome.
Hannah had a teacher that Chad had in Fairmont, so it was like, I didn't rub that in a lot. I just
No, but I'm sure the teacher might have used it to their advantage every now and then. Because I remember Kaylee, your dad wasn't this difficult there, Corey. And it's like, yeah, well, yeah. So, in 30 years, what do you want the kids telling the grandkids about grandma?
Don't call her Grandma Candy. Oh.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Like, well, I'm not sure where Grandma is. She's probably traveling somewhere. Probably, let's see, 30 years. Hopefully I'll still be alive. Just that I live life to the fullest, and be more like Grandma, and be spontaneous, and but yet don't be an airhead. All right, wait. I probably am one of those every once in a while. Like, just be you, be strong, Be creative. There we go. Got to put that creativity thing in there.
All right. Last question. In life, as you've experienced its ups and downs, many people have come in and out of your life. Which profession have you found to be the encouraging profession? Teacher, mom, or wife?
Encouraging profession.
Which one have you found to be most encouraging?
Most encouraging? That one's tough. That one, I looked at that one and I forgot about it, and I was like, because it was tough.
Maybe he'll skip that one.
Yeah, it's like, oh. I'm gonna say teacher, because I've taught a lot of students, and so I am been encouraged by, like, there was a couple times that I thought I was going to quit the profession, and I ended up coming back because of students. Yeah, there was like 5 years into Fairmont here, I was pretty sure I was going to resign. I actually had my letter ready and everything, and had a teacher proofread it, and I was at the Martin County Fair, and one of my what we call at-risk students came and was in his little group and went out of his group, and Chad got a little bit closer to me to be protective at me and Hannah, or Hannah and I. And he was like, "Hi, Mrs. P. Oh, I got your class." And he was all super, super excited. And we walked, and said, see you in September. And he went back to his friend group, and we walked a few more steps, and Chad went, "You're going back, aren't you?" And I said, "Yep." I'm going back now. So yeah, I wish I would have written down, I could see his face, and I bet if I met him on the street, I'd know it was him, but I wish I would have wrote down that name of that student, because I don't wave at students and be like, "Hi," unless they wave at me, because I don't want to embarrass them. And
right.
Yeah, although I would do it to my kids, but not to most of my students.
Right. Well, and you mentioned the resignation letter. That reminds me of the resignation letter I helped Hannah type up.
I found that on my computer the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like,
I probably still have it on mine somewhere too. But all right. Well, Kandice, we thank you so much for being on our show today. And for sure, there's some rough topics that we covered, but as always, you handled them with grace and dignity. Your friendship, both personally and as a family over the years, has been cherished deeply and dearly by Tanya and I. We missed you guys with the COVID no fair, we'll call it. I'm thinking about making shirts that say that. And as always, we miss Chad too. So love from both of us to you and the kids. Tanya here just hopped in. Are you going to say something, Tanya?
Was the student George?
No, it wasn't George.
I decided to bring that up.
No, George was one of my favorites too, for different reasons, but one of my favorites.
All right. Well, Kandice, thank you for being with us, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Jay.
All right. Next week on the show, we will have Jose Jefferson, co-founder of CGS, the College Gridiron Showcase that features hundreds of college football players in Texas each January. We'll discuss the challenges of starting something from the ground up, his inspiration, and the collaboration to create such an event. We will also cover coaching and family, so don't miss out next week with Jose. We would like to thank our sponsors for today's episode. As you're looking to travel either domestically or internationally, we would, where's it at? There we go. Call Jana Hughes at Travelooza to book your next vacation. From weekends to resorts or cruises, Jana and her team are ready and waiting to get you back on your feet, headed for the sun and the sand. Call 1-888-689-0660. Then we have the Visual Identity Vault, located in the heart of historic downtown Fairmont. TVIV is full-service decorated apparel provider with screen printing, embroidery, sublimation, and more. Also offered are signs, banners, design services, paper-printed products, promotional items, and custom gifts. With 4,000 plus feet of retail space with great deals for everyone young to old. TVIV also offers a variety of different fundraising opportunities for your groups needing to earn some extra cash for that special trip. Contact TVIV today at sales@tvivmn.com or online at www.tvivmn.com. Gemini Studios is the leading production company in southern Minnesota, production company in southern Minnesota. Based out of downtown Fairmont, Gemini Studios offers many services such as VHS to DVD transfers, picture scanning to CD, advertising and commercials, voiceover recording, educational and informational videos, and live streaming special and school events. If interested in any of their services, please call Gemini Studios at 507-235-5190. And that wraps things up for today. On behalf of both Tanya and I, would like to thank you, the viewers, who tuned in to check out this ICE thing. And we hope that you found the message of inspiration, collaboration, and encouragement to be useful in your personal and professional lives each day. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.